Hey guys, I know that 2025 was a strange year for some of us, but while we got some of the best shows, it is decreed by law that I have to talk about the worst of the worst, the stinkers of the year, the ones that made us angry, sad, or frustrated because they were bad. So let's not waste any time. Let's get to the worst shows of 2025. And of course, if you like my content, make sure to like and subscribe. And if you like these type of list, make sure to tell me so in the comment section. And so let's go and have a happy new year. Number 5. Squid Game Season 3. Season 3 of Squid Game was very anticipated, mostly for the fact that it was going to be the last season of this show, so of course fans were wondering how the show was going to end. Spoilers, it didn't end well. Episode 1 was fine up until 122 death. That broke me, but while episode 1 was fine, there were a few problems. Mostly with the baby being born. The moment that written as baby was born, I knew that Gaehan was going to sacrifice himself for the baby, and the mother was going to get herself killed for the baby. And let's not forget about the fact that instead of battling, the fact that the ending revealed that Squid Game is officially going to be global. Yes, after every this guy did, it was ultimately pointless, because at the end of the day, nothing has changed, and the game will continue for the rest of time. I think this is the part we move on, because if we don't, I think I might rant about this whole season, and trust me, I don't think anyone is ready for me to rant for an hour. And now on to the next number. Number 4. The Baldwins. You know, every crisis manager knows that when your client faces a trial for the wrongful death of the cinematographer of the movie he is working on after a tragic on-set shooting, the next step is to get that client his own reality show highlighting his loving and caring family. And so we have The Baldwins, in which Alec Baldwin, his wife Hilaria, and their 7 children go about their post-rust lives in front of a camera crew. I don't think I need to explain how extremely strange this series is, and the fact that this feels in poor taste considering what happened a few years ago. It like this show was made in order to say about this reality dumpster fire. Next, the number 3. Zero Day. Now you might be wondering, how could a limited series starring Robert De Niro be so meticulous and forgettable? That's the real mystery of Zero Day. More than who's behind the cyber attack, De Niro's ex-president is commissioned to investigate a mumble-jumble statement on a smorgasbord of contemporary M's. Zero Day was so lifeless, even the combined powers of De Niro, Jess Plemons, and Angela Bassett could inject some much-needed verve, a thriller lacking any tension, and a political drama lacking insight. Zero Day never built on De Niro's surprising presence on the small screen, turning an easy way to stand out from the crowd into an almost impressive fumbling of the bag. Zero Day will be little more than a footnote in any of its stars' but those of us who watched may remember it for the wrong reasons, which is a shame because this had so much potential to at least become a good political thriller. Or well, you know, your project is not good when even the most talented actors can't save a mediocre project. Now to the next number. Number 2. Winx Club. The Magic is Back. The Magic is Back is just bad worse the original show, but at least the original had some heart put into it. Even if the earlier seasons has its flaws, the show was made with some heart. And even with the later seasons, you can tell it was made by humans. I mean, what kind of can make an episode about one of our main characters falling in love with an gorilla, or sorry, I'm getting off topic, the reboot, either forgettable at best or dumb at worst, hit or miss voice acting, and possible hints of in use. It was just a mess, way worse than the original show. But that I said my case with this reboot, and now with that out of my system again. But before moving on to the number 1 worst show of 2025, let's get to the honorable mentions, or in this case, the dishonorable mentions. Now first, let's start with the one and only Has-Been Hotel Season 2. So here to say that Season 2 had a mixed reception is probably the biggest understatement of the century. Some people love it, and some people hate it. You might be wondering, where do I fall under this category? Way shorter episodes than anyone expected. But with season 2, man earth, I won't repeat the things I say in this video since I already made a video about this show, but to give you the cliff notes, while season 2 has some improvements, the show still has the same problems it had since season 1. Some characters get little to no development from the narrative, characters do stupid shit you wouldn't expect them to do. It tries to tackle serious topics but failed miserably due to the fact that it can't go 4 fucking seconds without making jokes, and did C-pop still refusing to take criticism, and so on. I would love to say more. I already said what I said in my video. Give that one a watch if you're interested on my thoughts. Viewers, that was long. Now let's get to the next one. Stranger Things Season 5. Oh boy, this might be a little messy now. I want y'all to know that I just started watching Stranger Things in the middle of December, so I don't have any experience with waiting 3 years for every season, but if I have to give my general thoughts for this show, it would be that I really like this show's. I would say that some seasons are better than others, but overall, I think it's pretty good, at least for the most part. That's at least until season 5. Season 5 flat out has a lot of problems, from the bloated cast, convoluted plot involving the Abyss, and especially the handling of Will Byers' coming out scene. Most people felt like the second half and the final was overly crowded with too many characters and subplots, slowing down the action and diluting the core story, especially sidelining Eleven and Mike. And I agree, the show went from a quiet little horror show to this big blockbuster action set piece with pretty visuals, and sometimes people don't want an action set piece, maybe some people want stories with low stakes. Look, I'm going to end this here, mostly because I genuinely don't want to spoil anything from this show, and I would actually recommend watching this show at least the first season. But even with all the flaws, the corny as dialogue, the mediocre acting, that terrible coming out scene, I still love this show with all of my heart. And now for the number 1 worst show of 2025 is All Fair. This might be Buz's worst project yet. In case, if you don't know what this show is about, it's about a lawyer named Allura Grant, played by Kim Kardashian. Guess that Kim Kardashian, who along with 4 other lawyers, they start their own divorce attorney that helps women with their mean abusive husbands, and that's the plot. Anyway, the show as a whole is so try-hard in trying to become the next iconic thing that everyone talks about for decades and decades, and well, they succeeded at that, but not in the way they were thinking about. This show is literally She-Hulk was somehow worse. The characters, if you could even call them characters, all they say is #feminism this and #feminism that, and like, girl, do you have anything that can constitute as a character? Oh, and less said about the dialogue the better, because my god, it is bad. The villain is just so goofy, and not you the fun type of goofy. The show is the pure definition of style over substance. The show looks pretty, I'll admit that, but there's only so much you could get away will be pretty and shit before someone starts noticing the cracks in the system, and that's it. That's the worst of 2025. God, I can't wait for this year to be over with. So if you want me to do these types of lists next year, make sure to tell me so in the comments down below, and you know what to do if you like my content. Have a great day and a happy new year.